While you're watching this, I'm probably at school. Someone save me. The Fazbear Frights graphic novel collection number 1 came out 2 days ago, and today I'm going to be going over all the details I find in the Into the Pit chapter. I originally planned to make one video on the whole book, but I thought it would be better to do 2 parts. So this one will just be Into the Pit, but tomorrow's video will be on both To Be Beautiful and Out of Stock, so stay tuned. Anyway, what the details I talk about will definitely vary though, because, well, some details will be some lore points, some will be inconsistencies, and some might just be me making fun of the art. But I'd like to preface this by saying the artists are not at fault. The art in the book is bad, but it's because the artists were being rushed to finish it. So when I make fun of the art, it's because the art is bad. Now, that's not the fault of the artist. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. Number 1. Something I noticed in this book is that for lines that in the original book were just thoughts or said by the narrator, they're often actually said out loud. It's a bit weird because it makes some conversations get structured a bit strangely, and it's also often stuff that normal people wouldn't just say out loud. Some lines are also completely removed to make a conversation shorter. For example, when Jeff asks Oswald if he wants the extra pizza, in the original book, Oswald responds by saying he doesn't have any more money before Jeff clarifies that it's on the house. But here, he clarifies before Oswald even asks. And it just makes Oswald's response feel a bit unnatural. It's like the scene of the Spider-Man talking in No Way Home, and Andrew says he's lame and fought Rhino, and Toby responds by saying, "Can we rewind it back to the I'm lame part?" And it's just like, rewind back to what? You didn't expand on anything, so it feels just a bit weird. But in the extended cut of No Way Home, they actually had them continue talking about something else, and then Toby says to rewind it back. It's little things like that, which just make the conversations in the book just feel unnaturally structured. They don't talk like human beings talk. Number 2. In the original story, Jeff is described as wearing an apron stained red with both new and old tomato sauce, and it is also said to never look happy. But in this book, he doesn't have an apron on at all, and at certain points he actually does smile, despite the original book claiming that he never smiles. Number 3. When Oswald and his dad are watching Zendrelix together, the enemy Discount Godzilla is fighting is a FNAF 2 Endo 02. Why? Who knows? It's just weird that something like this is so randomly included. And the weirder thing is that the endoskeleton is meant to be Mecha Zendrelix, aka Dollar Store Mecha Godzilla. So why does Mecha Zendrelix look nothing like Zendrelix? That just doesn't make any sense. Number 4. When Oswald goes downstairs in the morning and sees his mom, she says a bunch of random stuff that she doesn't say in the original book. She's also wearing green clothes, but in the original book she's wearing a robe. What? Are you asking me if I want to see this woman wearing a robe? You bet your ass I do. Number 5. On page 14, we actually see something really cool. We get a reference to a Lumix. See? Number 6. On page 15, we see an image on the TV behind Oswald of what looks like Freddy, but without his hat or bow tie. Again, a really random detail like the endoskeleton from before, and I don't know why it's here. Number 7. On the same page, Oswald says that Zendrelix 2020 is now streaming and he wants to watch it. Just think about that. In yesterday's video, I talked a bit about how Into the Pit doesn't have to be in 2015, and here in the graphic novel, it's confirmed that it's at the earliest in 2020. Now, you might say that this is wrong, because the graphic novels are really inconsistent. Hell, even on this page, Oswald's mom walks in with popcorn and says she'll put on a rom-com if these two don't stop arguing, and Oswald just goes to his room, despite the fact that in the original book, she brings them both ice cream and Oswald stays, both him and his dad shutting up so as to not have to watch a rom-com. But when the graphic novel mentions something totally random that wasn't even in the original book, it feels like it's meant to clarify stuff, and with people saying Into the Pit is in 2015, it would make sense that this book is trying to clarify that it's not. Number 8. When Oswald first makes it to in 1985 Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, we see that the animatronics are designed like the FNAF 1 animatronics. In the original Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the animatronics weren't designed like this, so this is either an inconsistency or a sign of a different universe. Haha. Number 9. In the original Into the Pit, it's said that Spring Bonnie has a purple bow tie, but here he has a red one. wrong. Also, I gotta say, I'm genuinely surprised that the art for Mike and Chip is literally perfectly accurate to how they're described in the books, except for the fact that Mike is said to be tall, yet he's shorter than Chip. Number 10. This. Number 11. Remember earlier when I mentioned how some things in the book could be trying to tell us something? Well, when Oswald goes back to 1985 again and all the screaming and stuff happens, someone is yelling for his daughter named Susie. Susie? More like Sussy. Haha. I'll shut up. Number 12. When Spring Bonnie shows Oswald the bodies, we don't see their faces, but it's worth noting that there are in fact 6 victims. The fact that there aren't only 5 seems to show that this is the intentional amount of children. More interestingly, we see that there are 4 boys and 2 girls. This seems to imply Susie and Cassidy are the girls, and Gabriel, Jeremy, Fritz, and Andrew are the boys. Number 13. In Into the Pit, when Oswald texts his mom to come home when Spring Bonnie replaces his dad, his mom knocks on his bedroom door and tells him that his dad was in his room watching TV. But here, Oswald's mom is at the house's front door, and Oswald opens the door for her to come into the house. Yet she somehow still knows that Oswald's dad is in his room and made him chicken pot pie for dinner. How does she know that? This is a certified bruh moment. And those were all the details I found in the Into the Pit section of the first Fazbear Frights graphic novel. Now, it's a bit harder for me to notice inconsistencies and out of stock, and especially To Be Beautiful, simply because I haven't read them in a while. But I will try, but that's gonna have to wait for tomorrow. Since it'll be harder to notice inconsistencies, I feel like I'll probably find less details in this story, so I might as well split this into 2 parts and do the other 2 stories in part 2. Today's also my first day back to school, which, god damn it. In fact, when I upload this video, I'm probably literally in school. But anyways guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video.